everyone, it is Mona here at Craft Klatch, and today we're going to do some resin projects for Valentine's Day. For this paperweight, I found this heart mold, and it's got kind of a tapered look to it. And I have mixed some resin, and I have plenty of it, and I want to layer some colors. So for the first layer, I'm going to do this macro pearl color, which is a white pearl. Mix it right in there. And I'll have a link to the mold and the Pearl X powders down in the description below, in case you wanted to find some. This is about a ½ ounce of resin, so I'm going to pour it right in here. And I'll take my lighter, pop the bubbles, and let this sit. I'm going to let it sit about 12 hours or so. We'll see how it goes. And I have a little more left in here, so I'll put it in another one, just so we have it. Now for this next one, since I had enough resin left over, I'm going to take a little bit of the red India ink, dip my stir stick in there, get some out, and mix it up. You could always add more if you need more, and I will add that to one of the molds as well. And then this one, I just added a little bit of the white pearl pigment powder with it, with the India ink. And then you just want to take your lighter, pop the bubbles, and let these sit a minimum of 12 hours. Because I work with so many different things, I tend to accumulate a lot of stuff. And just like if you saw the wedding coasters that I did recently, I still have some of that confetti left over. So we're going to work some of that into this project. So I have the pinkish reddish ones, and then I have the white bases. I have a couple more ounces of resin, and I'm gonna separate it into different cups. I'm gonna add some of the confetti into here, and I'm gonna put the purple confetti ones right into the cavities that have the white already in there. And again, you could go thicker if you wanted to. That's entirely up to you, how thick you want it to be. Now I'm going to take the remaining resin, add some of these teeny tiny seed beads, put it in there, and pour it in behind these other ones. I'm going to go thick on this one and thinner on this one. Then you want to take your lighter, pop the bubbles, and we're going to want this to sit a minimum of 12 hours before we come back and unmold them. The paperweights have cured, so now I'm just going to pop them right out. We have our hearts all finished, and these are the ones with the confetti. And here's the top, and here's the layered look, which is what I think is really cool, particularly with this mold, because it's tapered. So when it's tapered, you can kind of see the layers even when you're looking at it head on. And here are the ones with the beads. So that one's kind of transparent, and you can see the beads through there. You can't see them through here, but here are the side views, and here are the backs. So they're very, very cool. And these in particular I made because I had this confetti left over. If you remember, I had made the Mr. and Mrs. coasters because I had a couple of practical jokers in my family that thought it would be funny to put the confetti in the bottom of my purse while I wasn't looking when I was at a bridal shower. And one of the offenders was the groom-to-be, and so I decided to just make coasters out of this confetti that I poured out of the bottom of my purse. And this was the leftover confetti, so I still had a bit left, so I thought I'll just put it into a paperweight. So these are pretty just as they are, and of course you could always add stuff to it while you're making it. You can make all kinds of different versions, but I wanted to add one more thing only because I'm going to make this part of the gift to them. So I took some vinyl, and it's purple glitter. It doesn't match exactly, but you know what? It's okay. That's the closest I had. And I used my Cricut to cut out Mr. and Mrs. to match the coaster Mr. and Mrs. I'm going to add these to the tops of these little paperweights. And they can always pull this off in the future if they wanted to. And I could have used transfer tape, but I thought this was small enough where I didn't need to. So there's Mr. and now we got to do Mrs. over here. So here are all the hearts up close. You got your Mr. and your Mrs. And then you have these other ones with the beads and the red tops. So be sure to let me know what you think of them down in the comments below. And I'm sure you guys have millions of ideas of how to kind of personalize it in your own way as well. And you should definitely always do that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like the paperweights and how you can customize them and personalize them with different stuff to put in them, or even put stickers on top of them. Be sure to let me know what you think of them down in the comments below, and I will definitely see you next time. Remember, life is too short not to shimmer, so grab your glue gun and your glitter. Stay safe. Bye, guys.